As the acting deputy registrar at the University Relations Office, Mr. Solomon Pamford. He's here to discuss a number of issues that bothers on the university from the administrations. Mr. Pamford, good evening.
Good evening.
And thanks for finally managing to make it to the studio.
And thank you for also giving me this opportunity.
Okay, we are privileged. Anyway, let's start from the dismissal of some students from the university.
Right.
What actually happened here?
You know, this has been a perennial problem. I mean, every year you realize that we publish names of students who have either forged or doctored or, brought in false results and things like that. And it's just unfortunate. But what happens actually is that people, the admission process is based on the scannable forms, what you shade on the forms.
Okay.
And some students have the tendency to shade better grades on the forms
than what they had.
Mm-hmm. That is the problem. So even though the person got, say, D7, he's tempted to shade a D or something else on the scannable form. And as I said, the admission process is based on the information provided on the scannable form. So when they finish the admission, that is when they take time to get the master list of results from the exams council to run the results against that, and then to see whose result is authentic and whose is not. And that is when we are able to detect and bring out these culprits, and then we weed them out. But the good news from my point of view is that since last year, we started a transformational process. We are moving towards a completely online admission program or process.
Okay.
So last year, we did a dual process of hard and soft admission. You buy the form, there's a scratch card in the package. You go online and fill the same information as you provided in the hard form. So you send both forms, and then since last year, what we started doing was that we ran the soft copy of the results provided against that of West African Examinations Council.
Okay.
Before the admission begins.
And
Hopefully, this phenomenon whereby people get to second year and things like that before
should stop.
It should stop. This should be
now,
the last.
You started the dual registration system last year.
Last year, yes.
And this year you are still having some students.
No, what it means that those in the first year,
okay,
are the ones that system was run.
Okay. And these students that have been ejected, if
they are in second year.
In second year, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how many students so far?
30.
30.
Yes.
I'm ahead of a 15 addition.
No.
Okay.
I hear a paper reported 45, but it's 30.
Okay, so
they
30
have the
students.
list, yeah.
If you could go through a list, I'll be glad.
It will soon be published in the paper. So, and I mean, it's been sent to the students, been pasted on all the notice boards. So I don't think we need to waste time
giving your information we judge you need, and also a space for public discussion. Community Watch, only on Focus FM.
We talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
But as I said, the good news is that that thing will cease. This may be the last time. Yes,
okay.
But this year we are doing the same thing. Next year we will go solely online, and by that I mean the results will be run against the soft copy of WAEC.
Okay.
So all these anomalies will be weeded out before we admit the people. So those in first year at the moment, we've actually sieved the whole thing, and this is not going to happen again.
Okay. In respect of these things happening day in, day out, do students have to wait till they get to say the second year before some of these things are found out eventually?
That is what I said. That the good news is that this actually is going to be the last time, because of the system that we are going to operate, or we are operating now. We run the results against the WAEC master list before we do the selection. Yeah, so in that case, we would have weeded out all these ones before we admit it. So those we would admit would be the authentic ones. and it will never happen that you get to second, third, final year before we come out and say you provided false results. No, that one will be a thing of the past. Yeah.
Okay, 28 minutes after 8, you're live on 94.3 Focus FM. This is your Community Watch. You can send your questions via 1415. Type F, leave a space, and follow that by your with your question. Type F, leave a space, followed by your question, and send it to 1415. We've been speaking to the Acting Deputy Registrar at the University Relations Office, Mr. Solomon Pamford, right here in the studios.
Community Watch.
Now, moving on, some new programs of study were introduced to the best of Community Watch knowledge last year. Could you go through them for us?
Right. I think basically about 6 or 7 new programs were introduced. Let me just run through them. At the moment, there's BSc Agribusiness and Extension, Landscape Design and Management, Agricultural Biotechnology, Dairy, Meat Science and Technology, Real Estate Management, Sonography and Veterinary Medicine. In a nutshell, these are the new programs that have been added. So they are in the brochure, which is enclosed in the form package, and students, these are all means of expanding access to tertiary education and also responding to national problems as a tertiary institution. Yeah.
Okay, 1415, type F, leave a space, and follow that with your questions. Some questions are flowing in. Just send yours via 1415, type F, and leave a space, followed by your question, and send it to 1415. This is still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3.
Community Watch, dealing with information that directly affect our lives. Refraining from personal biases or prejudice, but believing in responsible, accountable, balanced, and objective analysis. Community Watch on Focus FM. Refraining from personal biases or prejudice, but believing in responsible, accountable, balanced, and objective analysis. Community Watch on Focus FM.
We're back in the studios, and Mr. Solomon Pamford is the Acting Deputy Registrar at the University Relations Office, is here with us. And now, talking of the new programs of study, do we have the logistics to run these programs?
Oh, yeah, that's obvious. These things go through a rigorous process before they actually come into being. A lot of committees are set up to look into these things before they begin. So once they are announced and they are being mounted, it's obvious that logistics and resources and everything is in place. Yeah, so there's no problem about that.
Okay, I'm sure there will be more to come up later on. Well, let's talk about students and administration coordination. How the administration is coordinating with students in respect of facing or addressing issues on the campus of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. How far so far?
So far so good. I think the administration student link is very cordial. There are a number of committees on which we have students serving, and this is doing a lot of good, spelling out the democratic nature of administration or governance.
Could you go through some of the committees?
Look at the governing council of the
University Council.
University Council. There are representatives from GRASAG and SRC, so they have a voice there. There are a host of others.
If I may comment on the University Council, yeah. I would like to continue. But it looks as though the only representatives of students on the University Council is the SRC president and then GRASAG, as you've mentioned.
Yes.
How much voice do they have if there are only 2 of them?
Well, the council is not like the academic board when we have about 150 members.
Okay.
The council is a very precise and concise board, and like the whole University Teachers Association, UTAG of Ghana has 1 representative.
Okay.